map against Rochester Institute of Technology. Team Tigers, but Epic Low will be the for Frostalicious. So we are just waiting for this game to get going so we can jump in on the watch menu and come in afterwards. And
you just sound so like nervous, Deckard. You just sound so nervous.
Yeah, well, you know, I've lost my partner, Red Rupee. He's died in a car crash. I'm just kidding. He's right here next to me.
Wow.
He's eating pizza.
Wow.
I'm eating pizza.
At least you got pizza, right? You got Dropzone,
right.
You got pizza, and we got the match up. So let's join Ron into it here, dude.
Match is up. I was told we were going to wait for the match to go up first and then go live. That's why I sound nervous.
Yeah, you just gotta get all your ducks in a row here because we got a best of 5 to go here, Mr. Deckard. So yeah, we're gonna jump in. We're gonna hit the 1450 mark. We're gonna count down with our good old cameraman here, and once that's ready to roll, we'll have to see if Epic Slow versus Frostalicious. Who's gonna take game 1 because it is going to be Mind the Gap with a Hive Buster, a Total Vision, and a Boss Slayer. So lots of big action. It's just coming down the pipe here in just a moment. So Deckard, do let me know when you're in.
That's
when
right.
Good.
I will let you know. I'm about 3 seconds away. I'm going to be pausing right now. And we are ready. So count us down, cameraman.
3, 2.
All right, 1449, 1448, 1447. And off we are. Epic Low on the blue team, Frostalicious on the right side, red team.
Vision capture.
Looks like we've got everybody pulling out to normal. What builds do we got here right here for Epic Low? Why don't you start us off, Forecourt?
Well, I gotta say that this build did not give us any confidence in the third place match, but Frostalicious has, you know, the good old Cortex Plutus in Fury. A little bit of, nope, that's just gonna be the good old standard stock here with the Plutus. It's the level 1, but I didn't see any kind of big invade going down with it. So the Plutus with the level 1 using these jump pads at the top, you know, get a little bit more experience there from the beginning. Didn't happen here, so maybe Frostalicious has something else up his sleeve.
Yeah, and yeah, we've seen these builds before in the earlier matches. So it looks like Epic Low is moving across the map for a little pressure on the Vision Tower here while Frostalicious is busy uploading cores. I don't think Frostalicious is taking the bait though. He's got his bottom right Vision Tower nice and secure, and possibly Epic Low is looking to time it to jump across at the right time. Just checking things out, and there he goes. He's ignoring
he's gonna go for a
it.
boss. Yeah, he's gonna go for a boss, man.
Yeah, he's going for the boss push.
Yeah, because
Meanwhile,
Boss Slayer
Frostalicious is going to. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's Boss Slayer. It's a you know, good way to go for the 4 points. You're done with the hives. There's just a lot of sense to use your warhead to do this, right?
Yeah, definitely. And also, what's really great is putting in that pressure of the Vision Tower. He could almost guarantee that force of bringing the Vision Tower back. He has the sight on it. Once he sees one rig going to capture that Vision Tower again, he can be extra secure in the knowledge that it'll be 3 rigs against that boss and only possibly 2 rigs coming in to do some damage. So that boss did not go down. I'm sorry,
No,
the pressure was
still
taken
up.
off. I missed that.
Yeah, and this is actually a bad spot for Epic Slow all of a sudden because Total Vision's about to go get grabbed here by Cortex. He's just too late on the recovery, and this is the risk you run kind of here, Deckard. It's Mind the Gap, right? All of your hives are down. So what do? You either put in the cores, you can test the Vision Towers, or you go look for a boss. And unfortunately, going for the boss kind of just removed Epic Slow from a lot of the map pressure that he had out there, and it did not pay off.
Yeah, and now Epic Slow was posturing to be near the boss to see if Frostalicious would come in and put pressure again, and that did happen. So now the pushback is happening around the uplink. 3 cores on Epic Low, which is dangerous because if he gets team wiped, that's going to be 3 more points for Frostalicious to dunk in. So in the interim, Frostalicious is going to be working on this level 2 hive while Epic Low risks the uplink. That warhead will take the damage.
He might actually even go down.
At the risk of death, it looks like
couldn't get the Cortex into it. Cortex just kind of came late to the party and didn't really contribute. So bad Cortex, you got to bring stuff for your host when you go to parties. You got to be a good guest. But at the same time, yeah, he's just going to go back to farming. 1 point in for Epic, so he's got to feel good. But we've already got 5 on the board from Frosty. He got the 3 cores, he contested, he got the total vision, and he stopped the boss slayers. So Frost got to be feeling really good about all this. He is into the level 7 mark here as well, Deckard. So his Cortex is going to be hitting that level 9 power spike soon enough.
That's right.
With just so many hives left to go grab.
And I was going to question why he had 3 rigs hammering on that level 2 hive there, but I think it's important to note that when Hive Buster's on the map, you want to nail down your level 2 as fast as possible so that your opponent can't necessarily guess or posture the normal times of hive kills. So hopefully Frostalicious is kept in mind when that level 2 hive has gone down, for when that level 3 hive will come back online, so he can come back very quickly and burn it down to the ground to get that extra point.
Yeah, extra point goes a long way, and that would be 2 out of 3 going red, since we have not actually gone for a boss here from Frosty, which is again a little bit more out of the ordinary. Not only did we not have a level 1 Plutus with one of us go for any of the extra experience, but we haven't gone for a boss ourselves here from Frost, and that helps shore up the gap in the early to mid game power, because this is not an early game build at all, Deckard. If you get contested, you kind of lose. We saw that in the last matchup with the 3rd place, and you need the power spike there as well from the boss buff. But with Boss Slayer out there as well, it just feels like very different kind of decision making from Boss Delicious.
Yeah, so here we go. Epic Shlo is uncontested right now for uploading these cores. They've dropped off 2 extra cores for Warhead to chain together, and meanwhile, look at that, Epic Low is going to go for the boss with just these 2 rigs. Wonder if he's going to pull it off when having to deal with this micromanagement of Warhead being trapped here. Momentum Shifter burned down in order to ensure that escape. Meanwhile, Vanguard and Cortex are holding their own against this boss, and boom, takes it down, grabs the bonus.
That's
he's
the
still
only good
5
news
points
for
behind.
Epic Shlo here, Deckard. It's the only good news. Because, yeah, this is going to be, what, 10 points? Maybe even 11 with that tier 3 coming up. We do not have any hives on the side of Epic Shlo. He might come in here and he might say, oh, okay, I can get some points in. But at the same time, Frost is going to get +1 just from taking down the tier 3.
And I don't think Frostalicious is necessarily concerned about the point. I think he's got it in the bag, though. He doesn't really have vision on these other hives. Tier 3 just pops up for Epic Shlo, and now Frostalicious is finally focusing on the hive instead of the alphas, so he is going to get that point for Hive Buster. 3 to 9, soon to be 4 to 9, and then Warhead's going to back out real fast. But, and now drone strikes are going down. Casted by Frostalicious.
Yeah, he really expected that ion cannon to hit. Like, it's a level 3 ion cannon, stun up to 3 seconds long. That's going to be more than enough time for drone strikes to land, but he missed. Either way, rinse repeat. We're going to get that cooldown up here in just a little bit. Epic Shlo is starting to out-level his opponent, believe it or not. The boss buff does go a long way because he also grants so much experience, and we're going to get his own Cortex online here next level, so we're going to be able to fight fire with fire a bit.
Yeah, and there comes the capacity overload. So very standard now to fire that capacity overload towards the uplink, almost guaranteed to hit everything or anything. Cortex surviving with that nanite amplifier ability, giving it a little bit of health, and then Warhead zooming in there to save the day with the goodness gracious, the black hole shell.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like, he kind of swooped in like Superman, but unfortunately, the fight was basically done at that point. We're only getting cooldowns here from Epic Shlo, and he is still behind in cores. He's not really farming. He needs that level 11. He needs to turn around and get that down, but instead he's fighting.
Yeah, that ground pounder did its job, but Plutus was saved by the long-range capacity overload to prevent Warhead from following through. So Plutus for Frostalicious is going to be able to get back home. And meanwhile, Epic Shlo's team is pretty much fully healed and going to deal with this level 3 hive, get these 3 cores, and then hopefully come and put pressure on this uplink while it's still only 2 rigs dealing it. There comes the momentum shifter and the ground pounder, followed by the mass field and the rockets and the drone strikes from Frostalicious.
Yeah, again, like, the combo would be real if we were level 11.
And I think with the 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes remaining, I think we will see that combo from Epic Slow. I think he's got it, you know, in the muscle memory. And wow, just right like that, Fury goes down for Frostalicious.
Yeah,
so this is the
6:30.
time
Yeah.
for Epic Slow to come back.
Well, yeah, as you say, it's just about 6 minutes left, 6 minutes and 20 seconds to be exact, but Warhead's really playing a dangerous game here.
So Cortex is checking it out, trying to keep people at bay. There goes the Ion Cannon, preventing Warhead from uploading again. Now that the Ion Cannon's burned, Cortex for Frostalicious is going to use that Healing Dome to even further cement their presence. Boom, there comes in the Momentum Shifter and the Ground Pounder and the Rockets with the Mass Field. Cortex going down, Plutus might go down as well. Wow!
That's a heck of a turnaround.
That is a heck of a turnaround.
Yeah, so like, I mean, Epichlo now has a lot of free reign. He can't get total vision. He might want to just dunk down as many cores as he can and then go for a boss slayer. I would not recommend getting a boss slayer first because you need to really patch up the points right here, Mr. Decker, because you have Fury alive. He's going to be busy farming. We can see that. We need to hit level 11, but use this time of Frostalicious off the map to put in as many cores as he can, and we kind of did that. Cortex still holding his down
Yeah,
here.
I think it's a mix and match a little bit there. He did as much as he could. He could have gotten another core from his center left hive,
Yeah.
but I think putting this extra pressure by having a second boss point, and then now that experience gets him to level 11 like you've been dying for to happen. So I think he's getting himself in a better and better position now because Frostalicious finally gets his 2 other rigs on the map and can continue farming and get those cores to go uplink.
So Frost has to really assume that Boss Slayer is going to go over to Epichlo unless he goes to actively contest it. That means the game is realistically 12-12. So if you're not going to go and try to contest the Boss Slayer, you're not even going to bother trying to track it down. What you need to do then is farm as much as you can, get to that level 12, but also put in as many cores as you can, depending on the fact that Epichlo is going to be out farming and looking for a boss.
Yeah, and now I'm curious here. Oh, here we go. Now finally, Frostalicious teammates are coming in to help save the day. The drone strikes go down, but at the same time, Epic Slow is trying to do his combo, and it's working. Fury goes down for Frostalicious. Cortex is low on health. Black Hole Shell initiated. All attacks going into Warhead. Cortex goes down as well. Frostalicious is in a tight spot because now Cortex for Epic Slow is going to be able to upload these cores, and maybe even Warhead and Vanguard can... I would expect them to go for the boss, but where? I guess they're going to go farm up
Well, Epichlo with the boss
in enemy
buff,
territory.
he was, I mean, that was just like a shoo-in right there. The boss buff versus a comp without a boss buff, absolutely that was going to go Epichlo's way. And he was able to get that combo off very nicely. If he steals out the cores here, Frost is in a bad spot. There's no pressure for boss. You don't have to rush down boss at this point. You got 3 minutes, you only need 1, and the bottom is going to spawn sometime in the next like 30 seconds or so.
That is true, and I also neglected to see that there are 2 cores waiting at the upper left hive for Epic Slow. So it looks like he is going to do that boss push. He sees 2 seconds remaining for the spawn timer on Frostalicious's 2 rigs. So he's going to capture this vision tower, but for sure that's a dead signal sign to Frostalicious that something's going to happen. So
Yeah.
once Epic Slow sees this vision, he's going to know that this is a bad idea. And maybe, I don't know how this is going to play out. This might be a lot of burned
We're gonna have the
abilities.
Cortex ults
Warhead is
coming
in
out here.
danger. Oh wow, friendly fire from the glob launcher. Warhead needs to get out of there.
All right, so Decker, there's a few things that went wrong here. First, Epichlo, again, there's no need to rush this boss.
Like
This
you said.
boss is not going anywhere. You're 2 up. The opponent's not going to snipe him out. So I really wanted him to see him take this tier 3 in the bottom right. That's now dead. Frostalicious is now going to have a lot of time to put in those cores, and that's very, very important for him. The second is that he baited the boss, and he didn't have his drone strikes up, and he just kind of mistimed everything. Like, there was no real execution in the team fight on that one.
Yeah.
So Epichlo, unfortunately, dropping the ball right there with, he was having such a comeback. Now he's going to struggle to get this boss slayer done.
And look at this, Frostalicious is doing the smart move where he's taking out the safe boss because he knows that Epic Slow is down 2 rigs. He can take out this boss, which then forces Epic Slow to get the 4 points if wanted by going for the top right boss, which is enemy territory. What I'm a
They're
little
going.
confused is why Epic Slow was not grabbing these 2 cores in the upper left hive while waiting for
visioning.
rigs.
It's tunnel visioning right now. We need to
Yeah.
make sure that so there's 2 conditions here. Frostalicious needs to team wipe Epic Slow. That's going to be game. Or he needs to put in 1 more core. He can't afford to lose the core. Let me put it that way. Like 1 more point will win at the 0 mark. But if Epic Slow gets the boss, that's for sure going to be his win.
Yeah, and look at this standoff. These 2 rigs are by the jump pads for both teams, and here it comes. The combos are happening.
Oh!
Entry goes down. Oh my God, drone strikes are going down, just melting Epic Slow away. And Pluto's Cortex and Fury for Frostalicious is totally fine.
That's it. You can't come back
That's
after that.
game. You can't come back after that.
No,
Holy smokes.
You're going to be up with 5 seconds left in the match, and they don't have any cores.
Holy smokes.
Oh, I feel like this was just such a bungle in the mid. Epiclo had such the cub, had such the momentum, but he rushed things just a little too much. He did not respect the level 11 power spike that Frostalicious got out of this as well with that Fury. But even more importantly, at the end, they went over the gap, Deckard. They looked for the fight. They threw down the drone strikes. As the ground pounder was winding up, Fury stunned through with stunning entry and negated the damage and the root. That was a big problem for Epiclo.
Yeah, and also I think even the problem is could have existed even before that battle took place, because that battle didn't actually need to take place. Epic Schlo had total sight of what was going on. He knew that Frostalicious was decapping that vision tower. He had 2 cores on him. I would have maybe, hindsight's 2020, but sending maybe 1 rig over to feign the combo and having your other 2 rigs with 2 cores going to the uplink could have at least gotten him ahead of the game. He could have maybe sacrificed a rig or pulled out at the last second by jumping back across the gap. I don't know. I think seeing that and forcing the team fight was just a misstep.
There was definitely a few missteps in that one, but Frostalicious is going to be very happy to take the win. As I said, only 1 core or that boss, and there was just so much tunnel vision on the boss. You want to win in style, you want to win in dominance, you don't want to win 13-12. Who wants to do that?
Right.
I don't know. A lot of missed opportunities.
I don't know. I lose enough. I would love to win 13-12.
Don't put yourself down too much, man. I'm sure you win at least a few every now and then.
I will say I have been on a losing streak lately, but that's because I've been working my behind off on the new patch coming out next week. So,
woo, there you go, guys. New patch.
I just blame working hard.
Just said it right here. Blame Deckard.
Oh, everybody knows we have weekly patches. You know that, but we got some big stuff coming. I can't talk about it yet, though. I do think I think a couple articles went out to talk about it. I'll have to confirm if I have free reign to talk about that stuff.
I can't comment either. I'm on an NDA, but it's cool.
You know, yeah,
it's
you
cool.
saw it on Friday. It's cool.
I can't wait. No, it's gonna be a fun week for sure.
Yeah. So looks like we are just going to be waiting for game number 2, which is going to be between Loketran and Ralik. Ralik is quite the player. Loketran has his work cut out for him, I think, because Ralik is absolutely incredible.
So, like, when Relic started playing the game, I was watching her streams and I was watching her just getting more used to it. I challenged her a few times. I mean, this was back in the very beginning. I wiped her, no problem. But now she's put so much time into the game. Her builds are really up there, high meta, and she's put so much effort into the just solo queue and fighting the best of the best. She surpassed me in rank. She's ranked 5 on the ladder board. I don't know how to feel about that, to be honest.
Incredible.
She has really been putting in the time. So now into the finals. I talked to her after her win up against Bradford Love and Just In Case, and she said, I didn't expect to win that 2-0. I did not expect that to be as easy as it was. It's just
she said easy. She called it easy, did she?
Well, okay, so I'm throwing her under the bus on this one because I didn't say I'm here with the press or anything. But yes, they found it really easy to kind of coordinate and execute. And here they are in the finals looking for first place. And they're a very strong team.
Yeah. Now let's also remind our players that are just tuning in. First place is $2,500, sponsored by iBuyPower. So everybody, please go to iBuyPower.com. Check out their gear and their peripherals. And if you have the game, just definitely, if you have Dropzone, you can click the shop button, go into the redeem code section, and type in all one word iBuyPower, and you'll get yourself your own little avatar for your profile, as well as a Vision Tower skin with the Panther Cougar that Red Rupee and I have decided is what that beast is. It's the Panther Cougar. Hybrid.
Panther, Cougar.
Panther Cougar.
I just want to call it a Cougar. I don't know why.
No, Cougar.
Who knows, man? Like, my brain just works. Like, I hear you were doing the H Ace match or something like that.
Yeah, that was all Red Rupee hitting.
Yeah.
Messed up with H-Jacks.
Yeah, brain goes to weird places.
That being said, we're going to take a small break while we wait for Game 2 to get caught up and everybody organized. So just a very small break. We'll be right back with Game 2 of the Grand Finals of this CSL tournament. See you soon.
Ben, Sam, and Ken are on separate journeys to defeat the menacing Vile Dragon. But let's just say luck isn't on their side. If only there was a way for them to find each other and band together. Well, that's why there's Band. It's a mobile app that allows people to come together using common interests. With Band, you can find fellow gamers, chat, schedule gaming sessions, and conduct polls. Stage epic battles with friends while sharing videos and photos along the way. So try Band today. Band. Be together.
Only $14.99.
Don't miss the call. Download Band. Communication made easy.
And we are back. Forecourt. How's it going? Are you excited for Game 2? I'm excited for Game 2.
It's been a long day for me here, Mr. Deckard, but ending it off on some high-level Dropzone always gets me excited and reinvigorated. I'm on like my 7th win now or something.
Oh, well, that's great news. I need to take some time and catch up on watching some of your games. I'd love to see. I haven't seen you play lately. What builds are you running as of late?
Because again, I'm sort of on the know about what's coming up this week. I've kind of taken a little bit of a break, been catching up on some other projects, but I don't even know. Like even my build during the meta, people are like that build doesn't work. But you know, you play hard enough, you play well enough, you can make any build work. So I'm sure that if I even revealed it, people would mock me and be like, "What is this guy doing?" But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for the triumphant return this week coming up there, my friends, because I do know there's a lot of fun down the line.
Yeah, I'm of the same kind of internal mindset of that is I don't want to follow the meta. I want to make a build that works eventually based on how good I get with that build. And I'm still trying to make my double Skylance build work because it's so tough. It is ultra late game, and I'm so bad. I'm so bad with it.
Yeah, it's so hard to land. Like, there's such a windup. Like, we even just saw Print F in the 3rd place match. He tried to gravity gun. He tried double rockets. That by itself is very hard to land because of the windups. I can't imagine that the double Skylance, unless you have some extreme precision, is going to find you a lot there.
Yeah, what I've been trying to do actually is get it almost like a Venn diagram where like the 2 Skylances come down and then I gravity gun right in the middle, so I can at least guarantee some hits.
Right? Now that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
You spread it out. You can almost like run the lottery a little bit, hit the jackpot, and maybe just eliminate them. With that boss buff, or sorry, with that build though, you should be able to take bosses pretty quick. That's
the part I love the most, is that with General Vex, I use the boss buff. All right.
That works out well, yeah, if you get a General Vex. Do we have a General Vex this round, though, Mr. Deckard? We actually do.
We are in the game right... Oh, we do. You're right. We do have a General Vex. I mistook that for Plutus. So we are back in the game right now at the 1437 mark, and it looks like we've got a battle happening already. So this is between Loktran and Ralik. Like we mentioned before, Loktran is on the right side, red team, and Ralik is on the left side, blue team. putting pressure early with Fury and General Vex on this Rallic Vanguard to contest this center-south hive. But
So-
Rallic is not feared. She is going to continue to fight this until she can have to get out.
Yeah, she's on top of that Quantum Mire, though, and she's already used her reposition. I don't see her catching Vex, who has a speed slot there as well.
I don't
it's
either.
actually turned on because he is level 2, so yeah. Not going to catch it. Didn't get the core. Didn't actually see who got the hive, but I'm betting it was Loctran looking at the experience going back and forth.
Yes, hard to tell though because Loctran was spending 2 rigs on that one hive and Rallic is ahead in experience, so not too sure who did get that. It's only 25 experience, so it's not that crucial in the beginning stages to get those hive kills.
There is no way we're going for a boss right now. No, Rayleigh, can you do this with a level 2 warhead?
It's a level 3 warhead.
No, it's not.
Blind. It's a level 2 warhead. I think she can do it.
I don't know. Vanguard's hurting. I mean, that's a +4 armor aura for that warhead. You saw the ground pounder make light work of the ads, and can this actually work? I
think
am
this
impressed.
can work. Isolation suite, threat recognition. Wow, look at that! In under 2 minutes, the first boss goes down.
It is
And,
Eradicate, it is Boss Slayer, so these
Yeah.
are very big objectives you got to keep in your mind. Cortex going to check out the bottom right, it's already dead, so we're going to have to rinse repeat for some Kavash coming up sometime in the next 90 seconds, but a boss buff this early on will give Rayleigh a big power jump here if we do end up in a fight.
The one benefit of Loctran right now is that he does have a lead in the Kavash counter for Eradicate, so while Rallic was spending time with that boss, she was losing time on Kavash kills, but it might not matter if this team goes down. Holy smokes, Fury gets melted away. Will he survive? She won't survive, and now Warhead is in trouble too. Loctran is in serious trouble now with only 1 rig remaining.
Oh,
Vision
man.
tower pressure is a definite here, and then with those rigs off the map and those hives respawning quite soon, I have a feeling Rallic will catch up and also get the Eradicate point.
Yep. No, that's a guaranteed total vision by a hair.
No!
What?
Wow!
It's Frosty.
General Vex for Loctran was
Okay.
able to get across to the left side of the map and take his own vision tower.
I was timing that. I was convinced that Vex did not hit that pad in time.
Wow, incredible. So that's good news for Loctran. He's not out of it just
Oh.
yet. And look at that, the gravity gun pulling in Warhead the last second. Warhead does go down. General Vex, will she be able to escape?
Cortex can't hit her.
Oh, wow!
Okay, well, Cortex can't hit her. Yeah, has a glob launcher. Fury, though, might get a kill right here. I mean,
And I
Cortex
think
does not
Total
have the
Vision-
glob. Oh, will be total vision this time. Oh!
No!
I glass it.
Amazing.
Confirmed.
This is
Well-
an intense match.
Loctran's holding on by the skin of his teeth here, Deckard. Really big plays early on from Rayleigh, though. I am, again, very impressed with the timings and the practice that went into this.
With the rocket, Vanguard putting the pressure she can on this Fury to get that Fury as low as possible, so that Fury will have to retreat with that core.
Oh, so
Fury
close.
sticking around. Will Vanguard be able to get that core? Oh, she picks up a different core, but now Warhead
No ground pounder. There's no
online.
ground pounder.
But the Kavash might kill Vanguard. This is an intense battle. That Alpha did its job. No, Warhead was able to take out.
Blue's going for it again. Rayleigh's going for the total vision. There's nobody to stop it this time. Guaranteed nobody to stop it this time.
Definitely Total Vision going to Rallic with that ground pounder to secure it just in case Warhead for Loctran had come in at the skin of his teeth to get that last thing. I don't know why Warhead decided to turn around and use that ground pounder with such low health. It looks like she's not going to survive. He's not going to survive. Sorry about that, but wow, the blood is just back and forth on this one.
Alter Ego confirmed in development by Deckard by accident. You heard it here. Okay, so Rayleigh does get the total vision. It's almost kind of silly to now bring this up, but remember there's an Eradicate on the field?
Right?
So we're gonna
Who knew
go
about
turn
Eradicate?
some attention to that. So Red's gonna likely pick up the counterpoint, and that will make us 5-3. But Rayleigh has really done again a lot of work here early on. Cortex able to get a lot of the kills. We had a lot of kills over like contesting 2 or 3 cores. But by the end of it all, it's still Rayleigh now in lead and well falling behind a bit in levels, but gotta be doing really good with total vision and soon to be Eradicate off the board.
Yeah, now this is interesting because the south center hive is taken. These Kavash need to be killed by Ralik to prevent Fran from getting these kills. 98 to 76. What is Ralik doing? Get out of there.
Interesting. Ground Pounder and Shredder Field both online. You see that landfall coming in. The battle tank is ready to roll for Lock, but Cortex, one hit, can't quite find it.
Oh, wow. Cortex will survive, but Warhead is in trouble as well. Warhead's going to have to go the long way around to pull this out, but that might be good for Ralik because Vanguard's coming up from behind to hurt Fury. Oh, and there's the Ground Pounder to kill Warhead. But Ralik might be able to mitigate that by killing Fury. Will it happen?
No, Fury's going to lose. No. Okay, never mind.
There it is. Spoke too soon, my friend. And now with the slow Warhead, the stutter stepping might, nope, there we go. The landfall will secure Warhead's life. General Vex picking up that core.
Rockets.
Oh, Rockets coming in. Warhead's life is still in danger now instead of going home. But Vanguard as well. There comes the gravity gun in. But
no, Cortex, attack the Warhead! Attack the Warhead!
What's Cortex doing? Turn around!
Oh, the Cortex on top of his own glob launcher there as well. I'm not sure it'll matter. Do we have the range? No, but we're going to have the cutoff. Well, we would if Vanguard would actually move it. But Cortex got it anyways.
Opening is going to kill. Oh my god! The body blocking from the slow tank, forcing General Vex to constantly re-path around was what Cortex needed to get that last glob shot off.
So the battle Warhead, I really like the idea, Locktran, because again, I kind of run the same thing. I don't run it with Ground Pound. Oh, I do run it with Ground Pounder. No, I run it with Pulverizers, my bad. But Shredder Field Landfall, right? You use the tank, you get into the back, and you get a little bit of extra oomph for your trouble. That's the whole idea of it there. The problem is that there's a Warhead on both sides. I mean, Fury is going to be in some trouble, but the slow aura is MVP right now, Decker.
Yeah, for sure. You know, with 7 minutes remaining, these squad levels are squad levels 7 and 8, and down goes Fury, and possibly down goes to Warhead. That landfall is going to save him, and General Vex is going to be saved. Wow, close call on that one.
If we had thrown out a glob launcher, I think it would have been a very different story, but still, Rayleigh is in control. Low levels, we're not going to see any signatures at this point in the game because there's just so much fighting. There's no farming, no fighting. It's just pure death on the battlefield.
Yeah, this is, and I mean, boss could be still a thing. Wow, and there's the long-range Ground Pounder to possibly kill General Vex. That Master is going to play a huge role in preventing the safetiness, that's a new word, folks. So now it's 3-1 on the rig scale here, 7-3 on the score, 6 minutes remaining. I think Ralik has got it in the bag, but it's still too close to call.
Boss, 2 bosses left, 6 minutes, very easy to do, except that Rayleigh's not going to be alone down here.
This is dangerous. This could be tide turning unless, all right, she's making the smart move. She's foregoing the boss, or at least pretending to forego the boss, maybe waiting for a last minute snipe.
That Warhead. Oh, he got down so low.
Here comes that smiley face Ground Pounder plus the mass field. Oh, and it goes to Lopetran. 1-1 now with that snipe at the end. The boss buff is taken by Ralik though, and so just blood all over the place. Get that Warhead. Oh my god, double kills. And Vanguard. Nope, Vanguard survives. Fury survives. General Vex has just respawned back on the map. This is just a bloody, bloody battle.
Finally, something goes Locktran's way at that one. Yeah, he did steal the boss Slayer. Got the experience, which bumped him all the way up to level 8. But he did not get the buff, but killing off 2 members there of Raylaigh's squad negates a lot of the power that she picked up with that boss buffs. And Vanguard has been getting a lot of utility out of those thrusters. Like, the thrusters have gotten her out of a bad situation. It's chased down the kills. Vanguard's going to be the only one with a boss buff left. Now you can also see that she's immediately heading up top. The rest of the squad of Rayleigh will come through. And if we can get one more boss, that will be putting her in a very good position for 4 points.
Yeah, and you know what? Looks like she's changed her mind. I think that was a mistake also to sit there so long when she could have been taking in that experience. She is behind, but she is also uploading at the same time. So She's got some great micro. She's doing lots of things at once. Lotran's Warhead decided not to engage because it would be a wasted battle. It looks like, yeah, I mean, take it away. Oh, here we go in the upper right corner. Oh, I guess not. They're faking each other out. Lotran was going to go for that boss, but turned around to battle this 3 versus 3. Stunning entry going down.
Vanguard again. That's a pretty MVP thrusters right there. Didn't quite hit the landfall, but that's okay. You saw the combo. Level 9. We just dumped all the points into the Fury. Locktran's like, I'm gonna get a signature out of this, even if it is not the best that I can do, and it nearly paid off.
And there's that long-range ground pounder. The root on the Warhead returned fire onto General Vex, followed up by the rocket clusters. General Vex is going to go down. Warhead is possibly going to go down as well if he's not careful. He's got to get out of there. Does he have landfall up? Massfield going down. Landfall is 7 seconds away. It's not going to happen. Warhead is going to die. This is horrible.
Whoops.
Lotran is in trouble.
Yeah, that's unfortunately point and counterpoint right there, because Rayleigh is now heading right up top. Cortex Warhead, it was the Vanguard combo that did it a bit earlier on, but as soon as his Vision Tower goes over, you can expect the Vanguard to head up top, and this will be 2 out of 3. We're cutting it a bit close if
Why
this
isn't
does
Warhead
get contested.
attacking? Warhead is not attacking. What is going on?
No, he's attacking. He's good. He's good.
And I saw no animation on my side. Sorry about that.
It's all good there, Decker, because Fury is the one contesting. Again, if this goes down, oh, he got it! Oh my goodness!
Oh my God! Lotran stole it. That's insane.
We're in trouble for Rayleigh all of a sudden. But I say that, take it with a grain of salt. We're in trouble for the objective. She's still up 5 cores, and she's in a 2v1 situation for another 5 seconds. Like, there's a lot of time to put in and solidify the lead, but that boss layer is looking farther and farther away as Locktran has contested and won both of them.
Yeah, she needs to make sure she does not get tunnel vision and think that the boss slayer is the only way to go. I think even just feigning boss slayer and just getting busy up delivering cores would be the way, but she's, I think, getting a little too bloodthirsty. That Warhead is jittering from the body blocking. Rallick's Warhead goes down. Rallick's Vanguard is possibly in trouble too. Wow, nice juke there from Vanguard to save herself from that landfall coming in. So it's still 8-3 with 2 minutes left. Lotran has a chance here to tie up the game, but it is looking further and further as the time goes on.
Oh, okay. Should have went for the Cortex. Should have went for the Cortex, because the Shredder field just came up there as well, and that actually might be able to get the double kill, but not without the damage from Ground Pounder.
So there's that mass field slowing Warhead down. Here comes the Shredder field in. Vanguard, does she have thrusters up? I don't think so.
Oh, the stunning entry.
There's the stunning entry. Cortex goes down after Vanguard. Yes, it does happen. The double kill's in place. Rallick is in slight trouble. I think she's okay because 90 seconds remaining. It would be hard pressed because there's just no more cores on the map. Warhead's gonna have to. Oh, and look at that. Warhead for Rallick waiting at the last possible moment to hit that momentum shifter, properly dodging that ground pounder. So now, go ahead.
We do have a path to victory here. If Locke puts in these next 2 cores and rushes down a boss since he's at 2, that will be a tie game. But that's the best we can hope for because there's 0 cores anywhere else.
Yeah, but will he be able to get down to the boss with 2 rigs and upload of fighting off Rallick and
Probably
getting?
not.
Yeah, this is not looking good. But that is good for Team Tigers because then we're gonna have a 1-1 in the scoreboard for this best of 5. Whew. And there's that team wipe from Rallick. And towel from Lotran.
Throw it in, the flag of forfeit to go right up. Just a very bloodthirsty game. Like, it's very strange to see. It was level 8 to 10 in a 15-minute match.
Yeah, just look at that that timeline. Look at all those skulls.
8 kills.
My goodness, those skulls.
That's 19 kills in 15 minutes that Rayleigh was able to pull off. We had a return 9 coming out from Locktran. That's 27 kills in a 15-minute match. You're averaging pretty close to 2 a minute at that point.
Oh my goodness, that is incredible. So there we go. That's going to bring us into game 3 with a 1-1 score. So I wouldn't, I'm hoping for best of 5 for sure. And this is a good start for that.
Best of 5. We're guaranteed 4 games now already. So hopefully the teams are gonna tag back out, get into this next matchup, and we won't have to wait nearly as long to get this one rolling, because there's a lot of momentum that you should be trying to capitalize on here. You're feeling good. You got your adrenaline up. You've tied it up. Tag team. All right, partner, get in there, right? But we'll have to see, as we are pretty much at their mercy here, Ducky.
Yeah. Yes, we are at the mercy. It's a nice mercy, though. It's patience is a virtue, right? So once these games get up, we will get right into it, or we might take a break. We'll find out momentarily.
I'm looking at the Twitch chat. It's like LCS big plays. I feel like Raylick was making some pretty fantastic plays, like back and forth. It was just really a very bloodthirsty comp, as I said, but at the same time, like a level 5 was it boss at the same time? That was a very early boss.
Yeah, that was. I mean, she clearly knows how to boss at that stage, and she did it on purpose. She had it planned out. It was all part of the strategy. So, but nonetheless, incredible on its own. So we're going to take a small little break, and we'll come back once our players are ready for game number 3. Stay tuned.
If you think about MOBAs, they've all come from RTS games. They've done a lot of things that innovate on the genre, right? They've got, these great, awesome team fights, and these big battles and explosive abilities that you can see going off, and there's a lot of really cool moment-to-moment action and gameplay in that. And what Dropzone does is it takes all those cool things and it brings it back towards the real-time strategy area, where you've got all these tactical decisions to make. You are one person controlling multiple units. You're fighting against an opponent who's controlling their own squad of 3 rigs. There's a lot of micro and there's a lot of intensity there, and there's no downtime in that. It's just, constant go, 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 and it's a race against the clock in 15 minutes. And that's like a really cool thing that I don't think players have really seen or experienced before.
Dropzone for me boils it down to 15 minutes of hair on fire fun, with all the battles, pulse pounding intensity, and it's just battle and strategy and time management, all just the fun things that I enjoyed from the old school RTS days.
So I'm thrilled to be going on Steam, just excited about having my friends list in the game. I'm excited about having background patching.
So I'm very excited to build an audience that is excited about the game, passionate about the game, and interested to see where we take it next.
We really want to open up that development process in a genuine way to the community and learn from them and figure out what we're going to do next. People can expect to see a lot of changes based on what we learn from how they're playing.
I think that it's going to allow us to show the game to a whole new audience, and I'm just excited to see what happens.
Only $14.99.
Don't miss the call. Download Band. Communication made easy.
Ben, Sam, and Ken are on separate journeys to defeat the menacing Vile Dragon. But let's just say luck isn't on their side. If only there was a way for them to find each other and band together. Well, that's why there's Band. It's a mobile app that allows people to come together using common interests. With Band, you can find fellow gamers, chat, schedule gaming sessions, and conduct polls. Stage epic battles with friends while sharing videos and photos along the way. So try Band today. Band. Be together.
And we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is going to be coming up Game 3 of the CSL tournament. My name's Deckard, my co-caster alongside me. Introduce yourself. How's it going there?
Yeah, no, doing well here, Mr. Decker. It's been, again, a little bit more of a day that's drawing on and on, but again, like, you get reinvigorated when you come into a tournament like this, because it's really high level stuff. These guys have been around the ladder. They stream, they play. We talk a lot to these guys in Fury channels and looking for new builds at all times. I really do think that Radic has hit her head on the nail a little bit with the comp that she's running, but I think we're going into Epic Chlo versus Frostylicious next for game number 3 here.
Yes, I believe that is true. And for those of you just joining us, this is the CSL tournament grand finals sponsored by iBuyPower. There's a $5,000 prize pool, so first place is going to get $2,500, and that's what these best of 5 games are vying for. So the winners of this best of 5 will get $2,500, and there's second and third place as well. For those of you who have Dropzone, definitely go into our shop, in-game shop, and click on redeem code, and you can type in one word, iBuyPower, and you'll get a iBuyPower avatar and an iBuyPower custom Vision Tower skin that you can equip onto your Vision Towers in your profile menu. And so when you're playing the game and you capture a Vision Tower, you'll get that little iBuyPower logo popping up.
And that's always going to be a great reminder of who got you that, that bundle right then and there. It's also, again, big thanks to them for helping us sponsor this, because this is amongst the first of the major NA tournaments. We don't really have a lot for us over here in North America to play around with. I know there's been multiple EU ones from different organizations, but this is not only the first collegiate, but the first North American. And big thanks to them for helping us make it happen.
Yeah, the first of many. And also keep in mind, everybody, that we do weekly iterations on our game, and we have a big update coming this Wednesday in only 4 days. We are putting the final touches on some excellent changes. You're going to see some big changes, so it's going to be exciting. And in just about 7 seconds, we're going to get this game started.
We're going to sync
up time, and
going to get it going.
Yeah, we're syncing up. I am ready to go. Are you ready to go, Forecourt?
Yeah, and as soon as we do get this one rolling, you're going to see Epic Chlo taking on Frostylicious here in game number 3 of the grand finals. And Epic Chlo off to the left, Warhead, Vanguard, and the Cortex. But it's still a little bit more of the Frostylicious, previous meta comp. He's not changing. He's really all in with this one. It's the Fury, Plutus, Cortex.
Yeah, and looks like... Yeah, we got the same build from Frostylicious as before. No early jumps over the gap. This is Mind the Gap. We will be dealing with Hive Buster, Total Vision, and Alpha Strike for the objectives. Looks like everybody's just taking their time going after their hives.
So there's no boss slay for this. That's kind of a bit more of a detriment for Frostalicious. I feel like this comp really does focus on clearing out the hives, getting the experience, and then hitting a boss to not only get the buff, but the experience, because the idea is to rush to level 9 here for Frosty. And a lot of the time you also see his level 1 Plutus, especially on Mind the Gap, just immediately jump the gap, go into the very top, get the boss, because he's a one of us, so the boss won't aggro, and jump over and steal experience. But this is the second game in a row Frosty hasn't done that.
Yeah, I think, maybe he just doesn't want to risk something so fragile in the beginning. I'm sorry, not in the beginning, but something so fragile for something with such a big stakes on the line. Maybe he just wants to play solid and not risk anything.
Okay, so Epitro did this last time. He immediately clears out, picks up the cores, and goes for a boss. This is also where Frosty caught him last time.
Yeah, I wonder if Frosty is remembering this, because I would expect that he would take the time to look at the replay and study his opponent. Yep, and there we go. We've got. But it's going to be a little too late. The boss is going to go down. Question is, will he be able to capitalize on this low rig health? Oh, but there goes the momentum shifter from Warhead, followed by Ground Pounder. Plutus was coming in to do some damage, but wow, just get melted away in 3 or 4 hits. So that is not good for Frostalicious. He's going to bail out of there and not even deal with that 3 vs 2 composition because of that boss buff. I mean, 3 vs 2 with no boss buff is tough as nails anyways.
It was too staggered. Frostalicious, like, he should have seen it coming. There was no contest there on the core. And even if he didn't know that was happening, like, he didn't really get aggressive either. And, Frostalicious is not running a build where you typically get aggressive early on. So that was a big risk reward for Epitro. He got the reward this time. Last time he gambled and lost. But also picking up that Plutus just kind of sealed it right there for Frost.
Yeah,
so.
And it looks like Frostalicious is maybe just taking a breather and trying to refigure out his plan, because during this time waiting for Plutus to come back on the field, Cortex and Fury were not putting pressure on the uplink, which is safe bet, but even feigning pressure can distract your opponent. So interesting, static play there.
So there's a boss buff on Epitro, and he's in this bottom hive. He took the tower. Frostalicious does not know that this is happening. That's a stolen alpha. All of a sudden, Frostalicious now also real behind on that 4-point strike, because he is going to, once he discovers this, he's going to have to aggress upon Epitro with the tier 3 hives, because he's not going to have 9 alphas on his side anymore.
Yeah, and even at this moment, he still has no idea, because when that vision came back from the tower, that hive looks like nobody touched it.
Right.
Because nobody did touch it. The alpha was the only thing stolen. So Frostalicious is currently at a detriment and doesn't even realize it yet.
He has not taken a boss. He is fallen behind in level, and he is now behind in alpha. So we have to see if he will change up his play. We are going to be looking for his level 9 spike here soon enough. You're not going to see the same from Epitro, though. You see very even levels across the board. His next point very likely induce Cortex, but that's like a level 11 signature ability. Whereas if we can get to 11 for Frost, he'll have 2 signatures, which was the big strength of this comp.
Yeah, and I think there's still an alpha in the top left hive for Epitro.
There is.
Yep. And so there's a chance that Frostalicious could get smarter and go take that as well. But right now, I think he's just going to be. Well, his current situation. Up here we go. He's going down the bottom hive. He will now realize that the alpha is gone. So
he should know by now.
Yeah, he should know, and he's going to have to start rethinking things.
So he's going to have to clear it out. But again, like we're looking at 3 and... Are we missing an... Oh, it's still alive. There we go. That's the 3rd. And there's the 4th as Warhead goes up top as well. All right. All the math checks out here, Deckard. But already, again, Epitro up in the points. He has 2 more cores in. Total Vision, Hivebuster's still up. And Hivebuster could honestly go either way. I mean, there's very close timings on the tier 3s that are about to pop.
Yeah, and it could go either way, and right now, that pressure there, pulling off 2 rigs, I don't think it was requiring 2 rigs. And that's just another, yeah, it didn't require that, and that's the properly worked feign, is that you feign vision tower pressure, and you luck out, and your opponent sends 2 rigs instead of 1 just to counter that. But those 2 rigs are there for another reason, and I think that's also a good idea. Well, he's pulling off because of this Plutus attack. Oh no, Plutus is definitely not going to survive this.
Nope.
Ay, 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 and now Fury and Cortex coming in to try and save the day, but that mass field is going to go down on Fury, and Fury's in trouble. Going to have to go around the long way. That's so much slow happening. Oh my god, Fury is going to be able to get out of there. Cortex's healing dome coming in time for Fury to go home. Fury stutter stepping back and forth.
There's the ground
So
pounder.
now, oh, just in time, Cortex is getting health from the home base.
Yeah, not quite going to be a kill here. We're going to get some return damage, but Warhead's too tanky, to be honest. And this is the level 3 hive that we were looking for. We have level 3 hives now on both sides, 2 apiece. The alphas are going to be under contest. I'm surprised Epic Show didn't try to force the issue with the hive.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't turn around and just try and snipe those alphas.
Well, instead he chased kills. Like, that was not the play, I think, to make there.
Yeah.
But we also know that he stole one already anyways. So
right.
It's not like he's not really sweating it, but this extra bonus point, that's Frostalicious right here.
Yes, and now that that point is down, I think Frostalicious has unfortunately forgotten about the stolen alpha from the South Hive.
Maybe.
So going across the map to take these other 2 hives from this level 3 could have been a thing. It's no longer a thing available. So yeah, I think he's going to be attempting to go for this alpha strike, thinking that he's got a chance, but he's always going to be 1 alpha behind. And
So
it's... Yeah,
we might
go
see
ahead.
him get aggressive. Like, we might possibly see him invade after he clears out, but it's such a tall order. Like, I just don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah, look at him. He's really just rushing for these alphas because he's going to get 8 out of 9 and then go after these alphas here, go heal up, and then jump across the gap and steal 1 alpha because Epic Slow is taking the time to take the boss buff. But that boss buff could be used at a moment's notice to take off the alphas even faster. So it might be a race or it might just be out of Frostalicious' hands.
There's a little bit more of a risk-reward going on here with Epic Flow because, again, boss buff, great, it will deter the fights, but because he also has that boss buff, it makes it much more unappealing to invade with Frostalicious, but we also know that his hands are tied. He has to go over there now. He's looking for these alphas, like he scratched his head, like, okay, where is it? It's not here. Now he realizes, now he's going to go top. He knew that a boss buff went off bottom, so he can probably do this, but he's actually detouring to mid. That's not where you want to be going.
Yeah, that's a shame. Darn, I think that detour was a problem. If he had just jumped over and just ignored that tank.
Where's Warhead going? Why is he back in town? He's not hurt.
Oh, and there's the alpha strike. So
doesn't matter. Too late.
Yeah. 6 minutes remaining. Ion Cannon going down from Cortex on this boss. The boss buff, hopefully he will get the kill. I don't think Epic Slow is expecting any kind of boss attack, so there's not going to jump across the gap to try and take advantage of it. So now this boss buff is going to go down. There are enough cores on Frostalicious' side to get back into this game. If there's a nice team wipe going on, because Epic Slow's boss buff will end before Frostalicious, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
It's a big advantage here for Frost, but if he loses the team fight, it won't matter.
Oh, and the momentum shifter whiffs, and so does the ground pounder, so these drone strikes are not going to do the damage they were expecting. Here comes the stunning entry from Frostalicious, but he stunned and he entered right in back into the drone strikes.
Two for
oh no,
two
I'm
for
sorry,
one.
those were his own.
Yep, it's 2 for 1 here, Deckard, and now it's going to be Fury up against the Vanguard. The Vanguard, not exactly a lot of damage in the house. You can see that the boss buff has fallen off. But again, like Frost, I feel like Frost had actually a really good set of jukes right there. He did not succumb to the combo of the momentum shifter into the ground pounder, and then that drone strikes went down, but he turned around at the edge of it. You can still get hit at the edge because the drone strikes are a strafing run. If he had gone just a little bit more farther left, he would have negated pretty much everything from Epic Show and probably would have won out the fight, but because he didn't, Frost is now again kind of on the back foot.
So it's not looking good for Frostalicious, but he definitely still does have a chance. He's taking his cores, bringing them back to home base. I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, I know he's trying to play it safe and get them out of vision range of Epic Slow, but I don't think he's got the time to. He should have been at the uplink putting pressure on Warhead as Warhead's been uplinking.
Yeah, but it was a 2v1. If a ground pounder hits, you're not going to run away from the Warhead slow. Again, like Warhead is actually becoming a very major power in this patch because of his aura.
So here we go. This it's a nice defense that Frostalicious has right now, but that boss buff just disappeared. So Epic Slow is no longer in that 50% extra fear mode. So it looks like, God, what is Epic Slow doing? He was waiting for Warhead to get some health back. So now is the time. 3 against 1. There's the momentum shifter. There's the ground pounder, the combo that we see a lot. There's the mass field will. No, nothing's gonna save it. Is Cortex there to save? Yes, Cortex there to save. But wow, just burned down so fast by Epic Slow that didn't do it in time.
Cool.
Oh my gosh! And now more drone strikes from both sides of the fence.
That's very likely a dead Frosty. Yeah, that's team win.
And that is definitely going to be game. I'm pretty sure.
Be a raid quit. Epic Slow versus Frostalicious. Like, I mean, this was take 2, and they themselves are actually tied up 1-1. The series is 2-1, but Epic Slow gets revenge on this. Basically, everything going his way. He got that boss buff early on. He took out the Plutus when it came to invade. The Plutus just, unfortunately, level 1. It's just walking meat shield at that point. You really only bring the Plutus for the aura, and it got gutted a little bit this patch, so he's not quite as useful as he used to be, which is why I keep calling it the past meta patch, because these newer innovative builds coming in are starting to really shine. Yeah, definitely. So wow, this is becoming a nail biter. Our next match in a little bit, game 4, is going to be between Loketran and Ralik, just like game 2. And that was Ralik that won last time. We're going to have to see what happens then. If Ralik wins this time, it's going to be 2-2. I'm sorry, it'll be 3-2, and that'll be game. 3-1.
So, I'm sorry, 3-1, and that'll be game. So Loketran is going to have to win this game 4 to keep this match for the title for the 2500.
So we'll also have to see if Raylick has anything else up her sleeve, because the build that she ran with earlier on here up against Loketran, I'm sure that if she is going to be bringing that, I would be tweaking my build a little bit to contest that, because early boss, a lot of team fight, you're going to need to shore up your defenses a bit earlier on to go up against that. But if Raylick has another build, then obviously all that work is going to go to waste there from Locke. We'll have to see how he fares against it, but there's a lot of pressure now on top of the Loketran team.
Yeah, definitely. So in just about 1 or 2 minutes, we're going to get that set up. So we're going to go on a quick break while the players get ready, and we will be right back. See you soon.
Only $14.99.
Don't miss the call. Download Band. Communication made easy.
And we are back. That was shorter than a minute, so I hope you're all still here, because this game is getting underway. Game 4 of this Grand Finals tournament for the CSL, sponsored by iBuyPower. This is going to be between Ralik and Loketran, just like the battle was at Game 2. So we are just going to be waiting about 5 more seconds so that we can get this game started. So, Forecourt, are you excited?
I am, and I'm just looking at the builds here now as we're going to be getting into it momentarily. But with the game up, getting to look at the draft, and Warhead still both sides, Vex and Fury to go with Loketran. It's the same build. We'll have to see if he plays it a little bit differently, but Raylick and Vanguard once more are going to be here representing the old comp. So it's take 2, same map. almost same objectives. We got a Alpha Strike and Eradicate this time, but same comp, same map. We'll have to see if history repeats itself.
All right, so we're just about ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm basically ready whenever you guys are here.
All righty, let's get this going.
Well, good. So, again, Raylick here on the left-hand side won out the last matchup up against Loctran. Epic Show reversed his fortune, tied up his series up against Frost, which is why we're into Game 4. But Raylick, again, just has a lot of early game power, like a lot of different available routes to do this. You see, again, the Vanguard dueling out with the Fury and the Vex, just like what we saw with the opener last game.
Just like last time. Yeah, you're right. And then at the same time, she's busy just farming away in the upper left and bottom left. So she's getting that experience faster, just like before. You can already see she's level 5 to Loctran's level 4. And that Vanguard is just going to be...
She's going to be all right. Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't
she's
get
gonna
the
be
core again. Oh, look at this time. Loctran, so very close to an idea there.
And
throwing down the plasma drone, just trying to be that scout.
That poor little plasma drone did not deserve that boss death, but served a purpose, and its sacrifice will not be forgotten. Here comes Fury, just scoping out,
scouting.
seeing what happens, and I think it's going to be a little too late. 2 checks. Will he do a 3rd check? Because now Rallick is coming in to do what she did before. That Warhead doing its damage, tanking the damage from the boss. Here come the rocket clusters. But here we go. Loctran does not go into look. What? And Warhead goes down by the boss minion. This is so horrible.
Yep. The Cortex up here is still fighting up against the Warhead. 13:15 is the time, like less than 2 minutes in. Things did not go the way of Raylick here at all.
Wow. So,
I think we're gonna have to resync here for a little, for a moment. So yeah, at the same time, Raylick got distracted that time. Like, she knew that there was checks going on, but she also put some attention up to the top because Cortex was dueling out the red Warhead, and that kind of missed microed a little bit.
Yeah, with 12 minutes and 43 seconds remaining, that's okay. I think that kind of death early in the game, Rallick will recover. It's just a shame that she won't get that boss like she was expecting to last time.
Yeah, so, okay, I'm just going to have you keep dictating the timeline here, mister.
Yeah, so looks like everybody's in sync here. We've got the 3 players, the Rallick's coming in with 3 of her rigs. Fury for Loctran is in trouble. The ground pounder goes down. Doesn't even have time to root that Fury. The damage alone took Fury out.
Vision captured.
And General Vex in a little dance here, just trying to get that health back up to put some pressure on. But it looks like Total Vision is definitely going to go down. Well, maybe not definitely, but at the risk of General Vex's life? I don't know.
Vex is a speedy guy. He's going to get on there.
Smart move there from Loctran to pull out. Better to lose 2 points, I think, than...
All right, so this is very similar to how Raylick was still able to play. Game 1 to Game 2, this time not a boss buff to her name, but at the same time, again, catches, finds kills, goes aggressive, gets that Total Vision. Remember, there's still an Eradicate out here. Just like last time, this time, however, there's not those big prolonged team fights, so we're going to get some more farming in, and we're actually taking the lead this time from Raylick.
Yeah, and that quick little snipe there from Loctran, so he's going to have the first alpha kill of the map. It doesn't mean too much in the beginning when it's level 2 hives in the centers, but it still is a win for him regardless. 69 to 59 on the Eradicate scale right now. Go ahead.
You say it might not matter too much with the tier 2s, but if Loctran also gets this top middle one and he does go uncontested in the bottom right, top right, that's a problem for Raylick.
You're not wrong, yes. I was just saying compared to Mind the Gap, it's a little less, it's a little more forgiving.
Ooh, Fury's coming down to check out, but like, it's literally a game of inches on these scouts.
Wow, look at that. And I think now with 3 rigs, Rallick will be able to take care of this boss uninterrupted because Fury is busy, Loctran's Fury is busy taking worrying about this hive over here. And there we go, there's that kill.
Go check top? Or is he going to go check bottom? If he checks bottom and he sees the boss gone, I would have expected a top left invade. but we don't have the scouting. We don't have that information here from Locke.
Yeah. So 5-2 now with 10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes, 6 seconds remaining. So there's the blood. Oh no. Warhead is getting stuck. Oh, so much damage being done. Look at that, just melted away.
I claim your life for the Empire.
And the cute little smiley face on the bottom of that hammer. You can never get enough of that.
So where's Vanguard and Cortex going? If they're not up here to check boss, then I have to assume they're taking Vision and then looking for an alpha.
I was going to say taking Vision and then looking for another boss kill, but you're right. She still has the boss buff, so that wouldn't be the right move. So probably now that she knows that she's lost both alphas in the center, you're probably right. She needs to go after this hive and get those alphas.
Yep, and realizes that, down 2 to 1. Again, like, you have to get aggressive. On Mind the Gap, it's the same thing. It's harder to pull off, but we also have the jump pads. Here, though, you lose out those centers, you have to go into a corner.
Now, this is interesting. Not sure why Vanguard went around the long way. I guess to pull a backup from behind.
Ooh, that's
wow, Cortex gets melted away very fast.
Yep. That Vanguard pathing, unfortunate for Rayleigh. So right now, best option, back off.
Yeah, Relic's in trouble. I don't know why she's instigating and pushing forward on this so close to home base where General Vex can just be healing up and attacking, healing up and attacking. She needs to go around and get out of here. Instead of dealing,
plasma drone that could, just chasing this Warhead again and again. That's not a hit.
And look at that. Now we've got Lopetran coming in with Landfall to get and cut Warhead. Vanguard taking damage from that Alpha. This is so not good for Ralik. She needs to just move out. She's going to go through the base. This is excellent.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a damage zone at all. A lot of players kind of forget that at some points, but we dance. We have fancy feet. We're good. I don't know why Rayleigh has a Warhead out here, though.
True vision, I guess. Oh, and I guess kind of teases out some extra skills from Lopetran.
Deckard, we have tier 3 hives out. Nobody has Eradicate.
How is that possible?
They're fighting. They're dancing. They're fighting. They're courting death.
So 95 to 92, and this is going to be down to the wire because Ralik is focusing on those.
Come on, Vanguard. Vanguard. Come on, Vanguard. No, she doesn't have scatter either.
There it is. There's the extra point for Ralik.
Man, should have went a bit harder in the paint right there, but Locke really, I think, needed that point, and it's unfortunate he didn't get it. Again, don't chase kills. Kills aren't worth anything if you can't get anything out of it. Like, there's so much pressure on these tier 2s, and we still have tier 2s in the corners here.
Yeah, just under half the game remaining, though, so it is anybody's game because they're only 4 points away. Oh, and that Landfall was just about to take off, but that momentum shifter stopped him right in his tracks. And now the Gravity Gun and the Quantum Mire. Warhead might escape, actually? As my voice reaches octaves that don't exist. Oh, my God.
I think my dog heard you outside.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fear's getting slowed down. That's a heck of a landfall.
By Shredder Field, and possibly going to take 2 rigs out. Vanguard might survive.
Ground pounder.
Long range ground pounder.
Nice. That's the ground pound fist bump right there. 2v1. Quantum Mire's going to do some work on Warhead, and if Vex didn't get caught by that, I don't see Blue getting the kills.
Yeah, Ralik, you need to get out of there. That great job momentum shifting, but you needed to use that as an escape, not as a way to kill when you're on your way to death yourself. This is now a team wipe, even though it doesn't say team wipe because it was 30 seconds apart. That's a team wipe, and now finally, 2 seconds later, Cortex is back on the field.
Okay, take Warhead, go home. Vex, come out here, put in that point. Cortex, not convinced can get the kill. It's Massfield, Nano, and Amplifier's Glob Launcher. I don't think Glob Launcher can kill.
No, Glob Launcher won't kill, but it will set up for this rocket cluster coming in.
Oh, yep, that's true. I think that was worth. You get the 1 point, that's all you need. You don't need to fight this, Locke. Go home.
He's so bloodthirsty. He does get the kill, but at the cost of Warhead?
Maybe, yeah, that's
it. There goes Warhead.
Oh, and they gave over the core here as well. Okay, so that point was great. Locke, he should have just taken his chances and run. We need to farm. We need to get alphas. There are tier 2s on deck. You gotta have that respawn timer rolling. You need to find those 4 points. Like, there are so few cores out here that with that core put in, the loss of Vex, just regroup, get yourself into some levels, get some signatures on board, and get this alpha strike. That's what Locke needed to prioritize, and we're not doing that nearly fast enough, I think.
Yeah, and not too sure why Warhead only decapped to neutral. If he had stuck around to see the vision, he could have come in and maybe sniped this alpha. I don't know. Now Rallick was going to bottom right to check to see if anybody was there. I guess she's just concerned about core dumping.
Well, Raylick's not going to get alphas on her own, I don't think, right? There's not enough of the middle that she's picked up at this point, and she has tier 2s in her corners as well.
But she could at least kill some alphas to prevent... Well, no.
Prevent what? Like, the tier 3s come up, and Locke is going to have him. He's also going to have the timers as long as he has the vision tower.
Yeah, but if Rallick had gone down south and taken out that alpha, that would have prevented Lotran from getting the alpha.
Yeah, sure.
Well, is that a level? That's a tier 2 in the bottom right.
Whoa! That was a big stunning entry right there. Vex still is going to be the target.
Both of these players are just so consumed with bloodlust. It's amazing. Squad level 9 with 4 minutes remaining for both teams. All they want to do is kill each other, and you know, in that position, it's kind of hard to stop your instinct. If you're a killer in this game. But I think Lotran should use that to his advantage and say, well, Rallick is just constantly battling me. Maybe I can not battle her and just make her, you know, anxious to fight. And if I can constantly dodge her, then
there we go. Oh, he's still hit.
I thought for sure he was dodging that. Fury will be home in time for dinner.
Losing out on these cores is the biggest problem for Locke. Locke is giving up cores, giving up kills, and not putting them down. He needs to stay within 4 points or so of Raylick if he wants to depend on that Alpha Slayer or Alpha Strike. And at this point, I don't think either side's going to get it.
Yeah, I don't think either side's going to get it either. And it's 12-5, and Lotran's $2,500 is slipping out from under him with 3 minutes remaining. He's got to do something drastic to shift the tides here. Nice long-range ground pounder to ceiling Cortex with a return ground pounder from Warhead Rallick to seal down Fury. Oh, wow, almost walking into that blaze of rockets.
Walked into a good amount of it. Yeah, at any rate. Loctran is, again, trying to put in the points. He's trying to fight a 2v3.
What is
unfortunately,
Lotran
like,
doing?
that's not going to work. It's not going to work. Like, Shredder Field is a fun ability, but negative 100% base armor against a glob launcher as well. You're taking positive damage. There's no damage reduction. That's damage increase.
Because that General Vex was caught. Stunning entry was a little too late. It's a now team wipe with 12-6. And wow, Rallick with the forward well played, and Lotran with the good game. And unless someone retires... Unless someone doesn't retire, this game is definitely going for Rallick.
We're going to see it retire. 100% we're going to see it because 2 minutes down, 7 cores, and no farming possibilities, no way to get an Alpha Strike.
There it is.
That is going to be it.
And a huge congratulations to Team Tigers. Epiclo and Rallick are winners of the grand finals of the CSL tournament. Excellent plays from all players. What were you going to say there?
I want to see more from these guys. I want to see them continue to play the game. I want to see them continue to develop into the meta. I want to see Redick defend her spot on the leaderboards because this was just well-played stuff from this team.
Just incredible games and very well-deserved victory for Team Tiger. Second place goes to UC Irvine, Dark Mep. Dark Mep is their team name. Frostalicious and Lotran, congratulations on second place, and a big, huge congratulations to Rallick and Epic Slow for RIT Tigers at Rochester University of Technology.
So it took a few weeks. I mean, the league by itself, when it was announced, we were like, really good things. There's a lot of Dropzone down the line. CSL picking this up is great for the collegiate scene. They've been doing a lot of work in various games, setting up the collegiate level. And it's not quite the same in sports where you have, the high school into collegiate into kind of what the NFL, the NBA, that kind of stuff. But having a very safe space for people that are very like-minded. They have these clubs, they're at their campuses, right? It's great to see the love of video games, and the work that CSL continues to do is just really sets the stage for, future pros.
Yeah, it really does. Big round of applause for everybody there. We really appreciate it. I can tell you this, I'm already excited for whenever we do another one. It's not planned yet, but I hope it will be, and I can't wait to cast it alongside you guys once again. A huge thanks, of course, to our sponsor, iBuyPower. We've talked about them a lot. If you've been sitting at home saying, I don't really want to go to a website, well, you know what? The matches are over. It's now time to go to that website. Please go to iBuyPower.com. Support your sponsor for what made this tournament so great, because all these players were vying for that $5,000 prize pool. And that's what's going to get Dropzone continually going. And hopefully we can get more sponsorship from iBuyPower and from other companies as well. And also, Sparky Pants was given a little bit of money as well to most games played and most players entered.
Do we know off the top who's going to be receiving that?
I have that information at the moment, but we'll post it on social media for sure once we find out who won those that prize pool of $1,000 is the first, second, and third.
What a great idea. Where can I find that, Deckard?
Where can you find that social media? Well, you can find it on playdropzone.com. You can find it on twitch.tv/playdropzone. We've got a Twitter. We've got, I believe we have it at Sparky Pants Instagram. We also have our Facebook page, and I'm forgetting one other.
Oh, I'm sure that people can find it if they need to.
No, that's it. Yes, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, and then the Instagram for Sparky Pants, the company that made Dropzone, our company. Oh, that's right. Yes, we also have a Dropzone Instagram as well.
And creepy in the background yelling at you.
Oh yeah, they can hear you.
Good work.
Yeah, you can come on in, say goodbyes. Oh wow.
Oh man, you're losing your voice. You've been doing too much casting.
Real quick though, I just want to say also, as always, coming up this Tuesday, and the day right after that, we will have our Wednesday release, and it's going to be a big. We'll be posting the patch notes awfully soon.
Oh, is this the big one?
This is the big one. We've got 4 big things coming. 2 of them very big, and I can't be detailed enough, but I can say there's going to be some new modes that we've been told to make. Our huge fans have been saying, hey, we want these modes. Why don't you make them? And we go, we'll make them. Just give us time. Yeah. So about a month ago, we made the mode, and now it's coming in.
Patience, man. It's all about to get rewarded.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fast. I think good turnaround. That's what Sparky Pants is all about. Rapid iteration. We listen to our fans. You tell us what you want, we'll make it happen.
Well, I just want to say from our side here, big thanks, Deckard. Big thanks, Rupee. Couldn't have done this without you guys spearheading a lot of this. The weekly recaps, the getting it into the video modes, Sparky Pants putting forth a lot of effort. You guys working with CSL, myself as a fan and a guest commentator, it's just really appreciated the work that you guys put all into this.
We appreciate you very much as well, and looking forward to casting with you in the future.
Yeah, man. It's great. I mean, it goes both ways, man. Like seeing you and some of the other folks that are excited as you are and as passionate as you are about getting into the game is huge for us too. So I think it's some sort of cyclical thing.
Some sort of cyclical brotherhood.
The cyclical appreciation.
All I want to say though is, oh my God, Rallick! Like, wow,
what a beast! She's incredible.
Went Super Saiyan.
Yeah, seriously. I don't think I've seen her play much recently or something, but she just ripped through every game that I saw.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know. Where is she based? Rochester, right?
I believe something like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Team Tigers. So.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that gives it away.
Man, all I can think about is bringing the top players to the company or something one day, maybe in the future, and having a tournament here or something.
Oh man, in-house
tournament with top players would be amazing.
Right here, thinking face, guys.
Thinking face, yeah.
As we ramble out loud, these things may or may not ever happen.
Official and by no means supported by any of our top bosses. These are just ideas that us casters are having. Please ignore us.
The back.
All right, let's get out of here before Deckard gives anything else away.
Yeah. Oh boy.
All right, I think that wraps us up though, right?
Yes, it does.
You got everything?
I've got everything.
Any last shout outs? Anyone got anything? We're good.
Hi Mom, I love you.
Oh, always a fan of saying hi to Mom.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, anyways,
take us out, Red Rupee.
all right, that's going to wrap us up. Of course, this was the CSL Dropzone League, the very first. I'm sure there will be many more to come. I hope everyone had a great time. This was Red Rupee.
This was Deckard.
And of course, our guest co-casters say goodbye. Forecourt.
Woo, forecourt out.
All right, we'll catch you guys next time.
See ya, Belters.